Bernardi Auto, they've got Audis, Hondas, and Toyotas. They are the ones who sponsor who Mazz thinks is a fraud and who's for real.
Sing it with me.
Mazz's Tiers.
Yeah, those are the tears of the clown.
Mazz's Tiers.
The second tier. Hold on, let me get my pen.
Mazz's Tiers.
Dallas, Buffalo, Tennessee.
Mazz's Tiers.
Third tier. Okay, here we go. Hold on, let me get my pen.
Mazz's Tiers. Tears. Tears. Tears.
Okay, it's that time of the week. And it's brought to you by the Bernardi Automotive Group, because when it comes to auto dealers, the Bernardi Auto Group always finishes top tier with Mazz.
Mazz's Tiers.
Tier 1A. That's because they sell and service Acura, Audi, Honda, Toyota, and Volvo vehicles. Bernardi for now, Bernardi for life. Find them now at BernardiAutogroup.com. Mazz, what do we got this week? What do we got this week, pal?
Okay, so we had trouble. I had trouble coming up with an accurate description or title for what this is. Like, you use the word unfortunate, flukish. I came up with annoying because flukish injuries are annoying. They can be prevented. So there were a couple things I factored in. These are generally off the field kind of injuries. But if there was a flukish nature, or the story has just grown over time, and there's a certain lore attached to it, those have certain value, I think, in Boston sports history. And I didn't go back. I basically stopped right around 1980, call it, as we usually do. You go too much farther back, you start getting into totally different things. So in any case, we're going to start with Tier 3. I limited them to 15.
Titled?
We run with most annoying injuries in Boston sports.
Go.
Okay, Tier 3. We'll start with Tier 3. 2017-18 season, Marcus Smart cutting his hand by punching a picture frame in Los Angeles.
Because he was frustrated because of the Instagram ass model in the front row, wasn't
Correct.
it?
Yeah,
There's
that's
something to do with
right.
that?
That's exactly right. Yep, he had some sort of thing going on, and someone outed him on Instagram. He got pissed off, and he punched a picture frame and cut his hand. Larry Bird, I have at Chelsea's in 1985, and yet on the simulcast it says paving a driveway.
At Chelsea's, so you're talking about the bar fight.
Yeah, the bar fight at Chelsea's in 1985. I don't know what the hell the paving a driveway came from.
Maybe that's the NBC Sports Boston sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they covered it up.
Not allowing you to besmirch the
Fake news team.
Oh, they covered. Maybe that was the cover story.
Yeah.
I want the real thing. Bird was at a bar in Faneuil Hall called Chelsea's way back in '85. Sure. Got into a fight, hurt his hand. Celtics lost the finals. They probably would have lost anyway, but it was a big story at that time. Wade Boggs falling out of a car, hurting his back in a car accident in spring training.
falling out. His wife pushed him out after finding out about Margot Adams.
Correct, 1991, the Margot Adams fiasco.
So I was like 13, 12 years old. I still remember there was, you guys probably heard it or remember this, but I remember to this day my parents using the term "don't trade Wade for getting laid." Because that Wade Boggs thing was such a massive story.
What a great story that was.
And just quickly, after that story,
He made her go to the games, Murray, without any panties.
Yeah.
He got more hits if she wasn't wearing underwear.
Yeah.
When that story broke, at opening day the next year, the fans in Baltimore were walking around carrying signs that said, "Wade, we're not wearing any pants." That was a great one. That was an all-timer. J.D. Martinez, the 2021 playoff game over the Yankees, the one-game playoff, tripped over a base, hurt his ankle, could not play in that game.
Didn't he trip over the base in the pregame warm-up, running in from the bullpen?
Yes. Or going out for batting practice or something, one of those.
What was it, Kevin?
Ryan said it's the last game of the season, like the clincher to get there is when he did it.
Got it, but yes.
And he was just trotting out to the bullpen for a BP or something.
Correct, tripped over the base, which fits his level of athleticism. And finally, Josh Beckett sprained his ankle warming up in Toronto in the bullpen by, quote-unquote, falling off the mound. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
And that was notable because that was the great collapse at the end of the 2011 season. So that was chicken and beer, Red Sox, and something tells me he was all geeked up on Michelob and some fried chicken is what the answer is in that scenario. Okay, let's go to Tier 2. Tier 2, again, of most annoying injuries. Charlie McAvoy's shoulder/infection this week. It's not tier 1, but notable. Like kind of a whole crazy story. Again, this one happened on the ice, but it could have been an infection from an injury with some, what's the word I'm looking for? Not Novocaine.
Lidocaine?
No, what are the shots they give him?
I thought it was lidocaine.
No,
Toradol.
No, never mind. It'll come to me.
Heroin?
No.
What are we talking about?
A guy gets an injection to help him heal. I'm just drawing a blank. Cortisone. That's what I meant to say. Cortisone. Good God. 2019.
That would be a story.
The Bruins had some time off before the Stanley Cup Finals. They were scrimmaging. Brad Marchand hurt his hand. Was not never really got over it and didn't play particularly well in that series. You remembered that one, Mike. I did not. Irving Fryer, 1986. This is a famous one in Boston sports history. Cut his hand with a kitchen knife, taking it out of the drawer, allegedly.
Allegedly preparing fish.
Yes. Missed the AFC Championship game as a result.
How do you cut yourself slicing fish?
Unfortunately,
The answer is you don't.
the hole in the story is that on the night he was at the hospital, his wife was also being treated. So we believe that was really a domestic dispute, as legend has it. Tuukka Rask, 2016, missed the season finale with the Bruins fighting for a playoff spot against Ottawa because why?
Buff's Pub flu, something like that?
Crapped his pants. Literally.
Too many buffalo wings. Crapped his pants, could not play. And then we put Chris Sale into one big group.
That's funny.
So
Any
again,
Chris Sale injury.
Warming up and busting a rib with a stress fracture rib, just throwing a baseball, and then getting hit by a line drive when he came back, and then cracking up his bike.
It's got to be the bicycle accident.
Falling off the bike, getting a slice of Pinos?
Yes.
Then wasn't that basically it?
That was the biggest one, was the bike accident for sure. So, but yes, we just put Chris Sale into one big bundle.
What was
is
the last
we
one
did.
that was on the list?
Sale.
Oh,
Chris
Sale was that. Okay.
Okay, now tier 1.
Here we go.
These are sort of the best of the best, the flukiest of the fluky. To me, Robert Edwards at the beach football game at the Pro Bowl basically ruined his career. He was he Offensive Rookie of the Year that year? He might have been, or he was a candidate.
No, he would have been. It was Randy Moss. If Randy Moss didn't have the year he had, it would have been him.
Really, again. And then he went to the Pro Bowl, was playing in a flag football game on the beach, and he just blew out his knee and redefining blowouts. That was it. He was never the same player and never really had a career.
It's the Teddy Bridgewater injury. He almost lost a leg, right?
Pretty much, yes, Murray. Very good comparison. David Pasternak, also in 2019. You remember this one?
Most Bruins fans forgot it, don't care, ignored it, but it was absolutely should be held over his head, and it's just not. One of the many things not held over David Pasternak's head. Go ahead.
So the official story is he was at a team charity function. And
No, it was a client dinner.
Or client dinner. Fell off a curb and hurt his thumb.
Wrist.
His
Yeah.
thumb. He
Slipped
landed
on
and hurt
ice
his
or
thumb.
whatever.
The real story, so I've heard, is that he was leapfrogging a parking meter, goofing around after the event, hurt his hand, and then as a result could not grip the stick as well, was not the same player.
No, but Pasta, he scores goals.
Now, Mike, I did include Gordon Hayward.
That was in the run of play. There's nothing unusual about that.
Well, yes.
This is
and no.
unlike any other injury you've put on this list, man.
I know, I agree.
These are bar fights, cutting yourself, slicing fish, jumping over parking meters, playing beach volleyball or whatever the hell. This is not meant to be here.
I agree, but given the nature of the injury and the magnitude of it, not many guys go up for an alley-oop and then come down and snap their leg in two and basically ruined his Celtics career.
Okay.
And I would say killed his career in general, but you're right, it's not really the same thing. And this one might not be either. Patrice Bergeron, final game of what season was that?
It was 2-3 years ago.
2023.
They had already clinched the best record in hockey. They had already clinched the best record in the history of hockey. Season finale in Montreal, last regular season game. Sentimental reasons, hard to get too far on him, but his father,
Right.
I think, was ailing or
Yeah, right.
something
Cancer,
along those lines, and so he wanted to play in front of his father in his final game. Injured his back, and he wasn't quite the same for that playoff round, and you lost in the first round.
Yeah, he was not the same player, and it affected them badly. He was really sort of exploited in that series against the Panthers. And then finally, Tom Brady's thumb. Who could forget that? Brady.
Not quite as a practice injury. It happens.
Okay, but
He
not
caught
like
it on
that.
someone's helmet or whatever. It was Rex Burkhead's helmet. It was
He
kind of
ripped
stupid.
his hand open, and again, Kevin, we get the sound too.
Not talking about open heart surgery.
They produced that line. So again, now he played in the game. They won the game, and then he went on in the Super Bowl against Philadelphia and passed for over 500 yards. So I was reluctant initially to put this in tier 1, but because it was Brady, and again, the fluky nature of the injury, ripping up his hand, it turned into a
thing.
A huge thing. Yeah,
Okay.
so we put it in tier 1.
Want to weigh in on Mazz's Tiers? I know we've missed some or have misplaced some. You can weigh in on that. Give us a set us straight. The Charlie McAvoy injury is really the genesis for that, which is one of the backdrops to USA Canada tonight for the Four Nations Cup, Championship, Trophy, whatever that is.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Bruins analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.